Well, hi there. It's Jennifer. Welcome to my channel. This is day one, the completion of day one of Unleash the Power. And I can hardly believe it. What a day it has been. So I am a little tired. It has been such a day full of a lot of learning and soul searching and cleansing. So it's been amazing. But I come to you on the heels of the last session. The last hour was amazing. I broke a board. It was the coolest thing. I mean, it was really, really, really exciting. So anyway, so today, so the session started at 6 a.m. my time here in Anchorage, Alaska, and it just ended at 8 p.m. So I was up at 4 a.m. this morning, and since this was the first day, I don't know if you're this way, but especially being I'm in a hotel room, so if this happens to be the first video that you're seeing, this video is in an Unleash the Power series that I'm doing. I've always wanted to attend one by Tony Robbins, and this has been so amazing. I did Unleash Her Power and with Sage Robbins, and now Unleash the Power with Tony Robbins, and the day has been incredible. So last night, I think I slept like 30 minutes. Whenever I'm in a new space, I always feel like I can't fall asleep. And then just the anticipation of this morning of making sure that I got up, and I had done already a ton of food prep, and I'm really glad that I did that. So while I was getting ready, I had my food in the oven cooking. But so last night in this hotel room, I paid for one night, but then the next 4 nights are on hotel points. So this morning I had to get up and go like check out and then recheck back in. So that was on my mind. So I got 30 minutes of sleep last night. And I'm really glad that I went to the front desk before the conference started at 6 a.m. this morning, because when we began, this is my first experience with any of Tony Robbins' seminars, and I don't know if they're all this way, but I thought in my head, oh, there's going to be breaks, there'll be a lunch break, so maybe I'll go to the front desk and do my thing, like maybe during a mid-morning break or a lunch. There was no break. From 6 a.m. until 8 p.m., solid. I would just run to the restroom when I had to use it. Thankfully, I'm in a suite, which I have, so this will be a video in a little tiny series of my experience. So I am in a hotel room it's a suite, so it has a little refrigerator and an oven and a microwave. I'm so glad that I had my food prepped, and I did a video. I haven't posted it yet, but it's going to post as part of the series. It's a voiceless, because I love those kind of things, of food prep and clean with me, and that's me prepping all the food that I need for here. And I am so glad I did it. So I'm set my board down. I'm like, it was so cool. It was so cool because there was that part of that fear of like, am I going to be able to do this? I've never like broken through a board before, but anyway, it was amazing. So I am very glad that I am staying in a hotel room all by myself, because 6 a.m. until 8 p.m. solid. And I'm also glad that I'm in a hotel room with a suite, because, and also too, I'm using my phone. So for the Zoom, I use my phone all day long. And I'm also very glad that I had all of my food prepped. I had it prepared in any baking dish or anything that I needed to do. I actually did bring bacon and eggs, but this morning I was so afraid that I was not going to have time. I didn't even want to bother cooking, and I'm really glad that I didn't. And I don't know why I was thinking also the hotel room was going to have oil. I do have butter, to cook eggs, but yeah, I'm starving, so I'm gonna go eat. Earlier today, for my meal in the morning, I had chicken legs and a tin full of vegetables. So I put those in the oven while I got ready. And then at some point, whenever it was in the day, I think it was like 1 p.m., I turned on the oven here and just threw the food in and let it cook. And, I ate during that time. So obviously the people who are there in the stadium, so 12,000 people are in the stadium of the live event in New Jersey. And then 7,000 people are on the Zoom stage, live and camera ready, from 119 countries. And it was the most amazing thing. So we have, I don't know if I can like really show it. I don't know. I'm a new YouTuber, so I'm not really sure what the rules are, but we have a book. It's called Unleash the Power. And we went through day 1. And so how it went is like Tony Robbins just taught pretty much almost exclusively the entire day. And I swear I hardly saw the man leave the stage for like 14 hours. It was crazy. And then what we would do is, as we would go through each section of the training and the teaching for the day, which of course it's a lot of soul searching. It's that idea of like unleash the power within, and what kind of limiting beliefs do you have that you need to break through? Like, where do you want a breakthrough? Which is why that's what this was about. What's the breakthrough? So it is a very emotional experience, very soul searching experience. And also too, so in and around the training, Tony Robbins is known for, he calls it changing your state. Like, if you want to make a lasting impact in your life and you want to make a change, he talks about basically the physiology connection to the ability to make a lasting change. And I'm going to take my water, guys, because it's been a long day. I don't have a cute mug. I just have my water bottle that I've literally been surviving on today. Like I said, we spent like the last hour literally jumping, dancing, celebrating, board breaking. Yeah, amazing. So anyway, so like throughout the day, you're teaching, you're soul searching, taking notes, writing, journaling. You're dancing, and like he's got like these people that come out on the stage and they dance, and you're like, whoa, and you do all your thing, and it's a lot of fun. So all day long, he is masterfully engaging and having us engage our bodies in movement to help really hammer home and keep us alert and active and present for such a long experience. And I had, like I said, I thought there were going to be breaks. No breaks. And he did mention that it is a full immersion experience. And it indeed has been a full immersion experience. And it was just absolutely incredible. And then what was really neat too, so we would do like portions of the training for the day. And after each section, the people there in the stadium interact with each other. So they get with partners, they talk about whatever it was that they, whatever it was we were going through, and you kind of help each other, encourage each other, share, express. Well, for those of us on the Zoom stage, we go into random or rooms that just randomly link people together. So one experience today, I was just with one other person. It was just just 2 people. And then several of them were 3 people. And then some were 2. So like 2, 3, and then 4, depending on the scenario. And then and I don't know how they break up the 7,000 people, but our trainer, our team, Tony, guru, amazing lady Anne, she guided us all this morning and got us set up, and then she would check in. And in fact, in it was like the second to last or like little group that I was with. I was just with one other lady, and then our trainer actually jumped on in to see how we were doing and what we thought, and Did we have any questions? So it just was the most amazing, amazing experience. And I just love the title, Unleash the Power Within. And, you know, that's something that at this stage of life, you know, I know that I have a few limiting beliefs. And I think, you know, we all struggle with these limiting beliefs. They can creep back in. You know, you might try to make a change, but, you know, the brain likes what's familiar. And so I wrote down on my board what my limiting beliefs were. But then I also wrote so on one side, the side that we broke through, we wrote what our limiting beliefs were. And so for mine, I'll just be transparent. Why not, right? Because that's what this is about. So for me, my limiting beliefs were guilt, feelings of unworthiness that totally stem from my childhood. Like, I know exactly where it came from, because I've done counseling, you know, but it's still kind of stuck in there a little bit. But I had a breakthrough today in perfectionism. And in fact, as a new YouTuber, that was one of the things that prevented me from starting my YouTube channel. And it wasn't gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so thirsty. It's been a long day. Perfectionism was one of the things that prevented me from stepping into YouTube. And it wasn't the type of like, oh, look how amazing I look. It was that, I'm not good enough. Like, I am not good enough. Like, who am I? I'm not good enough. And I think to a degree, you know, everybody struggles with their own, what did he call it? He called it, what's your favorite flavor of suffering? And yep, guilt, unworthiness, and perfectionism. And really, guilt is honestly tied to perfectionism. Because because I can tend to feel guilty in areas in which I failed or even perceived failings. You know, so they're kind of two. So that was his thing, is like, what's your favorite brand? What's your favorite flavor of suffering? And so those were mine. And then what we did on the other side was we wrote down, like, okay, so you're going to break through your limiting beliefs. And now, of course, and keep in mind, this is after, you know, at least 13 hours of training. What are you going into? What are you breaking toward? What are you moving toward? What are you stepping into? So I love mine. I love mine. If I would have had more space and written smaller, I would have put more in there, like kind of go crazy. So what I'm moving toward, I am enough. Not shrinking, because I think if you feel, for me, unworthiness has been something that I felt just from my childhood upbringing experience, which had its own ingredients of suffering. I think everybody, you know, we're all going through life, and we all go through life, and it can impact us, and we can have these issues that become part of our operating system that we're not even like consciously aware. It's kind of like, I always kind of say, it's like my arm. I was born with my left arm. I don't even question my left arm. It's just always been with me. And some of these things, these beliefs, negative beliefs that come from childhood are so familiar. They've been with us for so long. It's like you don't even realize, oh, that's circulating in there. And gee, I am operating from that without even being consciously aware. So it's really fascinating the way the mind works to protect itself. So for me, not shrinking, you know, stepping fully into my future, and I have full on confident, and I have, I am valuable and loved and worthy, and I already am these things. Like, I don't need to claim it, but I need to believe it and receive it and take it as my own, but I already am those things. And that's something that I learned through counseling with David Lees I'm kind of like propped out of bed, guys. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like bouncing around here. Is that, you know, you already have intrinsic value. You don't need to go get it somewhere. You already have it. You just have to accept the fact that you have it and step into it. So I have that. I already am these things. And I am stepping into God's plan for me, which is starting a YouTube channel, amongst other things. And I believe in myself. And it was absolutely amazing. So there's not a whole lot of time. I am so thirsty, guys. I'm like a little red, a little warm. But so I am going to go get some food and wash my face, try to settle in. And, tomorrow I will be up at 4 a.m. The doors open at 6, so I want to get up, get my coffee, get my breakfast, get ready, have my spiritual time, and be ready for another day. So I will be checking in on day 2, and I it's been amazing. And if you've ever thought about going to a Tony Robbins event, or even doing these Zoom events are so great. Not everybody can go to a live event, can afford the extra expense to go to the live event. This has been wonderful, and you don't have to get a hotel room like I'm doing. You could do it in your home. It is very, very long though, but it's been really cool. It's been pretty amazing. And I do believe too that when you pay, you can have other people join you. I think that's the way it goes, but I'm not sure. I know that there were other people, but maybe groups paid for their tickets, so that I don't know about. But you can do it at your home, or like me, where you can go and just be alone. Although originally they were going to put me on the 3rd floor, kind of in a quieter area, but I really needed a room with an oven, so they put me on the 1st floor, which did make it easier. Like, you saw all the things that, if you watched my video when I checked in, that I had to bring in, and they were pretty heavy. Being right here, so the door is like an Arctic entryway, and it was snowing today here too. The door, and I'm right here. But the only thing though is that because the front door to this building section of the hotel is right by my door, so I definitely felt that I couldn't be quite overly verbal. But I tell you what, guys, when it came to this board, because you had to do this like, I won't do it now, but like, because it was really loud, like we had to like really like, breathe, and I just kind of went for it. So I'm sure anybody walking around, because they had us like practicing, we had to get like into a wide stance, we had to follow the train, we had to do this like intense breathing. And it sounded really, really loud. So, and I had also this up loud. So anybody, and I could hear the door opening and closing here, but, I was just so into it then. So maybe next time in hindsight, I would maybe ask for a quieter area. Although I would not have necessarily wanted to be up on the 3rd floor, because you're doing a lot of like, woo, jumping and dancing and everything like that. So anyway, I am going to go settle in and just hope I could get some sleep tonight and have an amazing day tomorrow. I will be checking in and letting you know how day 2 went. All right, bye.